Thank you, Chairman Cleaver and Waters. Thank you, Ranking Members Stivers and McHenry, and members of the committee. My name is Rich Powell. I lead ClearPath, a nonprofit advancing conservative policies that accelerate clean energy globally. We advocate markets over mandates and innovation over regulation. An important note, we receive zero funding from industry. Given this committee's role in America's climate policy, I will cover a few topics. First, the reality of climate change and its pressure on our economy. Second, climate solutions in innovation investments. Third, our global realities and challenges. Fourth, the role America can play internationally. Fifth, and finally, how you can build on last Congress's bipartisan clean energy record. First, the elephant in the room. Climate change is real, industrial activity around the globe is the dominant contributor, and the challenge it poses to society merits significant action at every level of government and the private sector. It is too important to be a partisan punching bag. For example, the federal government insures mortgages through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA VA mortgage lending programs, which cover over 60% of the outstanding residential mortgage debt in the U.S., totaling $6.7 trillion. The risks posed to government-sponsored enterprises by climate change are currently unquantified, unmanaged, and increasing as hurricanes and severe weather events increase, creating a potential taxpayer time bomb on top of an already unsustainable national flood insurance program that is over $20 billion in debt. So where to start? Climate change is a huge issue. The United States has a limited budget, and any solution must be global. At ClearPath, we believe the key to the climate challenge is to make it easy for developing countries to choose clean technologies over traditional emitting technologies. This means the solutions we invest in here must focus on making clean energy cheaper, better performing, and easier to build and buy globally. In short, we must invest in innovation. Unfortunately, despite some bright spots in ever cheaper intermittent renewables, existing technologies are not up to this task. The International Energy Agency finds over the past several decades that global clean development is only just keeping up with economic development. Clean is not gaining ground. Now, how to make America lead the world in offering better, cheaper alternatives to developing nations? This is the reality of energy innovation. Taxpayers supported all new energy sources in recent decades. Going forward, government should neither command and control a solution nor do nothing and hope. Government should support a wide portfolio of clean innovations and ramp down support as technologies mature. These investments must be made towards strong objectives. When the Department of Energy has clear goals based on market-relevant cost targets, along with strong accountability and steady investment, it produces breakthroughs. The work that enabled the shale gas revolution is a prime example. As we refine these technologies at home, we must prepare strong support for exports to the developing world. Here, America is at greatest risk of falling behind. China and Russia view the spread of their technology as a means to expand their power and use their state-owned enterprises to these ends. China is financing $36 billion in inefficient coal plants in at least 27 countries. Russia has overtaken the U.S. in nuclear exports, with Rosatom developing 33 reactors in countries like India. China is close behind, increasing nuclear exports with questionable safeguards under the belief that more nuclear proliferation will make the world more peaceful while supporting their economic goals. In other words, an American vacuum on clean energy exports risks severe climate change while also threatening our national security and geopolitical position. We can reverse this trend. Starting up the International Finance Development Corporation, or IDFC, created by the BUILD Act of 2018 from OPIC, is critical. We must ensure that previous bans on nuclear financing at OPIC do not carry over to IDFC. Similarly, we should work to lift such bans at multilateral organizations where we lead, like the World Bank. As well, continued authorization of the Export-Import Bank and its strategic application in clean energy exports is vital. We should also expand bi- and multilateral engagement. We've been pleased to see this administration's renewed leadership in the Clean Energy Ministerial, including our new initiatives on carbon capture and nuclear. Finally, how do we build on your strong bipartisan record of clean innovation? In 2018, the FY18 and 19 appropriations bills invested historic sums in clean energy R&D, and Congress provided new incentives and innovation authorizing programs that rivaled our last major energy legislation when Mr. Karsner served in the Bush administration. ClearPath applauded your critical investments in advanced nuclear, carbon capture, energy storage, and advanced renewables. Going forward, given the scale of the climate challenge, we must greatly increase ambition. Let's not shy away from clean energy moonshots. Let's create stronger incentives to commercialize and deploy globally. And let's remove regulatory barriers to rapid scale. Bipartisan cooperation on climate change is essential under divided government and attainable. Indeed, it is the only chance we have to play a significant role in the global solution. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I look forward to the discussion.